What's
What's
that?
that, brother?
Brother, ooh,
Baby, do you know that's what
brother, ooh,
heaven is, a place on earth?
Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. The last few days there's been a common theme in my head and I've just been thinking about so much. What sparked that? Or just like a simple thing on Instagram, those add yours kind of things, and you add like your photos and stuff, and it was kind of funny because it said the jump from 2019 to 2024 is so violent, and you had to add a photo from 2019 and one from 2024. And I scrolled through my phone to find a photo from 2019, and then seeing it side by side, I was like, that is so crazy. I mean, I knew I've changed, but like seeing my past self, I didn't even want to post it at first because I was like, that doesn't feel like me. And then what I realized is I was kind of ashamed of sharing that, and I was like, why am I ashamed? Like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I didn't look bad, like there was nothing wrong with me back then, so what is my problem? I sat with it and I was like, you know what, I think it's an authenticity thing for me, because back then there was so much I denied myself of having, and I couldn't really be myself most of the time. Like, and what I said on my story yesterday as well, I was like, I really wanted to talk about like the comparison and like seeing the photos side by side, because yes, it looks like I've changed so much and like my appearance changed, and it did, but all that is a reflection of what happened inside, because I did so much work. At the end of the day, one of the most important things that helped me step into my true authentic self and being myself, it was letting go of limiting beliefs and opinions that were not mine, and negative self-talk and all that. So we're gonna go a little bit deeper into that today. I really want to give you some food for thoughts and a few things to think about here and there so that you can step into your true authentic self. Because when we grow up, we take on so many opinions and beliefs from people around us, your family and society, and it's so normal to do that. But what happened for me, it was like this realization of, well, but what do I really think? Like, what is my opinion? You know what I mean? It's like not, oh yeah, that's how it is and that's what I believe in and that's what people say, so it must be true. But then it was like, but wait, is that really how I feel? If someone does something, does it really bother me though? So I then really tapped into, well, who am I? Like, what do I want to do? Who do I want to be? How do I want to look like? How do I want to dress? Like, what do I want to do? Stepping into my true self and like my authentic self. And with that, it influenced like all possible areas of my life. So I was able to actually show up better in my personal life. I was able to show up better in my business. And for some people, they may not see a difference really, but I can feel it. I can see it. And like, there's so much that other people can't see, but it's about the feeling inside. I feel like often if we admire something or someone, there's a part of us that maybe it's because I desire to be more like that person. And what I see so often as well is like when people see someone showing up a certain way, they get envy as well, and they get like jealous. And that's also a sign for you to realize that, oh, maybe there's something about that person that is reflecting to me what I actually desire, or there's a part of me that is just like that person but I can't come out, or I don't allow myself to show that, and then you kind of get jealous or angry about that person acting that way. And for me, I realized I was always made so wrong for being the shy and quiet one, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The world needs more people like us, like the quiet ones. When I saw a person that was like really outgoing and loud and out there, I would be so annoyed by that, and it would really trigger me. And then at some point I realized, well, it only triggers me because I was always told that I was too quiet and I was, I had to talk more and speak up. And then what happened was I reflected it in reverse, because then I was thinking to myself, but how is that person better who is like loud and yelling, and you come into a room and you just hear that one person speaking because they're just like so loud, and like I would make that wrong about them. So then I realized, well, but I'm only making that wrong because I'm thinking, how is that better? Because people are judging me for being the opposite and being not that. And once I realized that, I could recognize that I love that about that person. I love that they're loud and outgoing and out there and just, being themselves. Like, I love that so much. Yeah, it took me a while to get that. Stop judging people for the way they are. Like, if someone is quiet, why is that wrong? And if someone is loud, let them be loud. Like, why is that wrong? What I really want you to think about is, what do you want? What is something that you're restricting yourself from? What is something that you tell yourself you can't have, or where you think, oh, but that's for other people, not for me? Or you tell yourself, oh, it's too late for me to do that. What story are you telling yourself? What excuses are coming up? Because when you realize that story and the excuses, you can then act different. But the first step in order to act different is recognizing that. So the story I was always telling myself was definitely, that's for other people, not for me. They have something I don't have. It's easy for them because of X, Y, and Z. It's too late for me to start anyway. I remember I really wanted to like play piano and like dance ballet, and I just loved that. And I was 15, 16 years old, and I was like, it's too late for me now. Oh, I really want to start dancing, but yeah, it's too late. You have to start when you're young. And now thinking about it, I was like, I was still so young. I mean, okay, fair enough. If you want to be a professional ballet dancer or whatever, maybe you have to start young. But that doesn't mean shit. Like, you can still start later and do your thing. Like, we are often so limited by our own thoughts. And that actually reminds me of a situation. I really wanted to shoot a wedding in Tuscany. And I looked at some Facebook pages and I saw this post popping up. It was very last minute, and they were like, yeah, we didn't really want to have a photographer, but we changed our minds, and if anyone is available, just, comment below or whatever it said. Check the date, and I was like, oh, it would work out perfectly with everything else I had planned. And then I saw the comments and I was like, fuck, hundreds of comments with amazing photographers, people who would live there, people who knew the place, like people who were featured in Vogue and all like the big magazines. And I was like, holy shit. No way they're gonna choose me over all these people if they have all these options. And then I almost clicked it away, and then I was like, stop. But why not me? That's what popped into my head. It was, why not me? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I was like, fuck it. It literally takes me 10 seconds to comment on this post. I don't need to have any expectations, but I would just leave my name here, and if they want to reach out to me, they can. And guess what? They ended up booking me. I ended up flying down to Tuscany and shooting this amazing wedding. And it almost did not happen because I thought I wasn't good enough. So, what is the story you are telling yourself? And where are you holding yourself back? And where are you not taking your shots because you think you are not good enough? Because you know what? Why not me? That is something, I literally have it on my wall in capital letters because I constantly have to remind myself of it. Put it big somewhere and remind yourself of this. Why not me? And you know what? If you are looking for excuses not to do something, you will always find something not, like you will always find a reason not to do something. If you're looking for a reason, you will always find a reason. That can be a reason why you should do it, or that can be a reason why you shouldn't do it. And you know what? Even like for me today, recording that video, I had so many valid reasons not to do it. I didn't sleep well last night. I felt a bit sick this morning. I hit my head the other day. I was like, I'm a bit blue. I was like, not really feeling it today. I felt like, oh, I'm not really in the mood to talk. I'm still doing it. And that's the thing. You don't always have to feel 100% to do something. And yes, some days will be easier. Some days you will feel better. When you don't, it shouldn't be a reason not to do it. Because if you show up consistently, that's how you grow and that's how you get to where you want to get. Because little tiny steps that add up and you will get to your goal, or you will, you know, reach whatever you want to reach because you take these steps every single day. So once you tapped into that question of what do I really want and why not me, we then want to create a positive energy here. Have a positive mindset and I can do this attitude, because I know that you can do this. And let me tell you, it's never too late. It's never too late to start. You know, there are so many stories of people who started when they were older and were still successful, or they just never gave up, they kept going, and eventually you will get there, and if not, then you will die trying. I mean, at the end of the day, and that's what every person tells you who had a big success or they got what they wanted in life, they will always tell you that what they realize is that it was never about that end goal, it was about the journey. And I know how it sounds, because I'm on the same page as you. I'm like, yeah, but I still want to get somewhere. But I learned to really enjoy the journey, and I love how far I've come already. I've loved where I am, but equally, I love where I'm going. It's about appreciating what you have now, but also being excited what you're gonna have in the future. Really letting go of all that negative self-talk, self-doubt, negativity, all that reasons not to do something. And it's not to say that it will go away completely, because even for me, it's still there and it gets to be okay. But it's what you do with that. If you're acting on it, or if you let it hold you back or not. Realize your own power, realize your own potential, and start speaking to yourself in a way that empowers you. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm all about empowerment, because the biggest thing for me that changed everything, it was definitely the way I was talking to myself, because I would always talk so bad to myself. I would always put me down. I would always say, you can't do shit, you're so ugly, you're fat, you're this, you're that. And it's just like, dude, if you would talk to someone else like that, or if someone else would talk to you like that, you would be like, what the fuck, go away. You wouldn't want to be around that person, right? So why do you do that to yourself? You want to be that person you want to be surrounded by. So be that person for yourself, because no one else is gonna do it for you. You have to give you the things that you need, and you have to be able to allow yourself to give this to you and to be that, and not making things right or wrong because people told you or someone told you that it was wrong, because it's not. If you feel something deep down, then it's there for a reason, and you get to have that. This is your permission to have that, and to give yourself what you need, and to speak to yourself in the most amazing way, because you are amazing and you can do everything and anything that you want. So who are you really? Who do you want to be, and what do you desire? Once you know that, and you know your goals, and you know who you want to be, it's about alignment. So what do you need to do in order to align with that? Become an energetical match to that. Be that. Show up as that person you desire to be. What would she or he do? How would they act? What would they say? What would they, do on a daily basis? How would they be like? How would they be with other people? What would they do in their free time? How would they show up to work? How would they interact with their friends and families? And what's their morning routine? Your morning routine is so important because it defines the rest of the day. And it doesn't have to be something crazy, or you don't have to do a million things if that's not your thing. But a solid routine allows you to feel your best and to show up as your best and the best you can be. So if you know, okay, I wake up, I do my bed, I'll go for a walk, get some sunlight, I'll have my coffee or smoothie, then I sit down to work, and that's how I can focus better, that's how I feel good, then do that. And I feel like your morning is the best way to fill your cup first thing, take care of yourself first, and then throughout the day you can go ahead and pour from your cup, you know what I mean? Once you have that alignment, there's a part of you that needs to let go of things, and that can be bad habits, that can be opinions that are not yours, that can be people that no longer align with where you want to go and who you want to be and who you want to be surrounded by. So let go of who you think you have to be, and let go of how you think other people want you to be, because that's how you truly step into your authentic self. If you let go of all that and find yourself and really think about, okay, but who am I? I no longer do things because I think people expect that from me. I do things because I want to do it. And if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to tell people that. And if you're someone who's always been a people pleaser and always done what other people want from you, and you will have that resistance there, and it's going to be hard for you, because obviously people are like, but you've always done it, so what happened? Why not now? And you will have these moments and it will clash, and it won't be easy, but once you push through that, it will get better. You have to set boundaries. Make sure they follow them as well, and you might have to remind them, and you might have to remind them over and over again, but you have to make sure that they stick to it. And if you see them crossing your boundaries, tell them and tell them again. And if they keep doing it, you might have to distance yourself from it. You have to set your boundaries, and people have to follow. But whenever you meet to a place of resistance, and that can be when you set boundaries, that can be when you try to step into your true self, that can be when you start speaking up about your opinion, that can be when you want to show up online or follow your goals or try something new or whatever it is for you. You will naturally get to a place of resistance, and it will be hard, but you have to put in the work, and that's how it gets better, and that's how you grow, and that's how you get to where you want to get, and that's how you can truly get to a point of living a life that you truly enjoy living, that is yours, because this life is yours to live. Just remember, whenever you meet that place of resistance, it means you're growing, and it's a good sign. But you just have to keep going, do the work, and don't give up. With that being said, that's everything from me for today. I really hope that this video helps you to recognize your limiting beliefs. As you walk through life in the next few days or even weeks, you might realize those moments where something is holding you back, or you talk to yourself in the way that you're holding yourself back, or you realize, oh, there's something I always thought was right, but I now realize that it's not actually my opinion. Or you notice that you have to set boundaries with people. But all that will help you to step into your true, authentic self. It's an exciting journey, so enjoy it. And if you want to see more videos like that, make sure you subscribe. I'm planning to upload a video once a week or once a fortnight, so stay tuned.